Hey, what's happening, folks? Looks like we are live right now on YouTube. And I just wanted to come on and let you guys know that we're going to be doing
Hey, what's happening, folks? Looks like we are live right
Kappa
now
League.
on.
We're actually going to be doing the Kappa League TV. The Eastern Province of Kappa League is doing a debate competition. And this is really an extraordinary thing. What's going on here is, as you guys know, our kids are stuck at home. They're having to do high school as a Zoom presentation every day of the week. And so one of the things that we have felt was really important at Kappa League was to start to give them some activities and to figure out ways to engage their creativity and to engage their sense of competition and engage a sense of being able to socialize, was to come up with activities that these young men can participate in. That would be something that's not school, but something that's kind of fun. So earlier last year, we did a Western Province gaming competition where we had a gaming competition for our Kappa Leaguers across 9 states. And it got a lot of young men involved, and they had a terrific time, just socializing with each other and playing games. And it gave us a chance to get to know some of our undergrads, because we had undergrads from 9 different universities come on and start doing the commentating of the game. So, it was almost like a sports competition, but kids were playing videos against each other. And so that was the really the first taste that we had of how we could do something on a national level that would allow kids from all over the country to participate. And so today at 2 p.m. Eastern, it's 11 a.m. now, it's 2 p.m. there. So at 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is 1 p.m. Pacific, they have been doing a debate competition in the Eastern Province. So that's, around the Virginia, Maryland, South Carolina area. They've had young men, just like in that movie, The Great Debaters, have been debating against each other for weeks. And now we're coming down to the championships, the debate championships. And it's been such an exciting piece that I think we're probably going to pick it up and do some type of debate championship nationally for our Kappa Leaguers this summer when we do our National Kappa League Summit in June. So, so we're working very diligently at Kappa League TV to work for the benefit of our young men. You can see down behind me, just under my shoulder there's a number there, 140,000. And that represents our plan to put 140,000 young Black men into college by the year 2032. So a lot of you may not know this, but GuideRight is our mentorship program under which Kappa League functions. And GuideRight is the oldest and most successful African-American male mentorship program in US history. It was founded in 1922. We'll be 100 years old next year. And we've sent thousands and thousands of young men to college and have gotten them out of the way, especially in underserved communities, out of the way of some of the trouble that's in the streets when you're not around grown folks. You probably recognize too that a lot of the issues that young men are having with these police out here is when a young man is found alone out in the streets and you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or more policemen who now have surrounded him, is when he's in the most trouble. It's young men alone. And these guys that are getting killed by the police, they're almost always alone. So making sure that our young men are not walking out in the streets alone and in harm's way, as far as that kind of interaction is concerned, is something that that we're really in a deeply heartfelt way involved with. And Kappa League has right now about between 7,000 and 8,000 kids nationwide, and probably over 1,000 mentors nationwide, and and hundreds of chapters around the country. There's a Kappa League chapter in or near every city in the United States. So as you're watching this program unfold, and if you do decide to come and watch the debate program today, I want you to remember, number one, that there are thousands of Kappa Leaguers and hundreds of chapters. And if you have a young man in your life, be it a son, a nephew, a kid down the street that you know is in need of mentorship, then please reach out to us at kappaleaguetv@gmail.com. Just reach out, and we will make the effort to connect you with the people that you need to know to get that young man into some type of mentorship program. For instance, I have a nephew in Boston that I got to see. I realized that he was, right at the perfect age, and this would be the perfect time for him. I sent out an email to the Noops in Boston to say, hey, do you guys have some room? Noops got right back to me. So, if you are, let's say if you're a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, and you haven't been particularly active with the fraternity because you've really taken on family life and taken it seriously, and you're spending time with your family rather than spending time with your fraternity brothers. We all understand that because we all did it. What I want you to know is that when your son gets to be about the age of 13, there's some place for him to come to. We have a tremendous mentorship program all around the country. And I mean, when you talk about who Kappa men are, we are, members of the talented 10th that W.B. Du Bois spoke about. These are men who are, largely Christian, almost all college educated, have to be college educated to join the fraternity, men of high achievement. So we are the movers and shakers in whatever professional environment we're in. We're mostly married, mostly family men on the alumni level. So you're talking about a group of men that it could be really beneficial to your son to be involved with. And we're here because we want to be of benefit to your son. So if you're a Kappa man and you have gotten to the point now where your son is in that age, 13, 14 years old, we want you to come back and let us be a part of helping your son make it to the next level of success. So once you're in Kappa League, of course, now you have a network of high achieving brothers that you can reach out to. And part of that network is Kappa League. And so we're working really closely with the Common Black College app to get all of our kids signed up. If you don't know what the Common Black College app is, you can go right on to Google and put in Common Black College application and hit search, and it will bring up a link to their website. And here's how it works. For $30, you can put in an application that will go out to potentially 59 HBCUs. And many of these schools are willing to accept kids based on their potential, not necessarily that they've already reached their peak. So there are young people right now that are in high school that aren't really focused yet as students, and maybe they're getting a 2.2 or a 2.3, but that's not who they will be as adults. It's just who they are right now. And these colleges are willing to take those young people, men and women, embrace them, and help them to find their potential as scholars and as individuals, and growing into being great adults and great citizens in our society. And as the Vice President of the United States came from an HBCU. You might not know that the HBCUs have put out more PhDs, more Black PhDs than any other college system in America. The HBCUs also put out more Black medical doctors than any other college system in America. Not a state system, not a private system. None of them create as many Black doctors as our HBCUs. And overall, HBCUs are responsible for roughly 30% of all the Black professionals in the United States. So, there was an idea before that, an HBCU education was not top tier. However, you can't go any higher than Vice President of the United States. There's only one more job for you to get in the whole country. So clearly, HBCU graduates are reaching the highest levels of professional attainment in the United States. And guess what? We're just getting started. So when we give our kids that kind of an opportunity, your young man comes to Kappa League, and we already have aligned our membership requirements with the admissions requirements of the HBCUs. We have aligned our membership requirements, what they have to do to stay in Kappa League, with the admissions requirements of the HBCUs. What does that mean? When you fill out that Common Black College app and you send it out, and you already have met the admissions requirements of a place that is set up to embrace you when you get there, it means that your kids are going to get into college when they come through this Kappa League program. It's guaranteed. It's a guarantee that they're going to get into college. Maybe they don't want to go to an HBCU. Well, you know what? That's okay. There's a lot of other choices out there, but at least when you come to this program, you're going to get into college. It's no longer an if I can go situation. It's a where I'm going to go situation. So it just gives you a wider range of choices that you can participate in. So we're really excited about what's going on with Kappa League and with Kappa League TV. And we want to invite you today to come down to see this amazing debate competition. The media really does do a very good job. And to some extent, we feed into it of making sure that the image of the African-American male, the teenage male or young male, is one of him being, dangerous, because that's what the idea of masculinity is. I'm tough. I'm threatening. I'm the one you ought to worry about. Well, here's the thing. In 26 states around our country, they have enacted laws called Stand Your Ground. That's how Trayvon Martin got killed, is that somebody was able to say, Stand Your Ground says, if I feel threatened, then I can shoot you and ask questions later. And what that comes out to is, for those people who are predisposed, they can actually instigate a fight with you. And then when you return and say, okay, well, let's go, then they can shoot you, which is what happened in the case of Trayvon Martin. So we want to make sure that that we are aware that that's what's going on. And what we're doing with Kappa League TV is we want to push back against that idea that young Black men are threatening. And we want to push back against that by showing these young men in shirts and ties, speaking articulately, doing articulate news reports about what's important to them in their community, doing articulate, there's nothing more thought-provoking than debate. It takes a lot of thought to put your debate together. It takes a lot of mental application to be able to create that kind of an argument, putting you in position to have the skills to be able to enter into politics later on in your life, because politics in the end of it, at the Congress and Senate level, is one long extended debate. And we need to have young men that have those skills that can get involved in the political structure of the United States. so that, we can begin to change the structure of racism from within, to change the structure of racism. And this next generation, they're the ones that are going to have the most opportunity to do it. So part of what we feel like our job is to prepare these young men with the skills that they need to enter into that arena and to achieve at a very high level. This is how new laws get written. This is how things get moved through Congress. This is how we change the structure of racism in America, is to identify those laws that were put in place that made racism a structural thing. Those laws are still on the books now. We have to remove those laws, and we have to have representatives that are able to debate in a public forum and win the argument about why these things need to be changed, so that we can eliminate structural racism from the legal system and the governmental system of the United States. And as we eliminate that, those things become illegal. A lot of the things that are happening now, they're wrong, clearly, but they're not illegal. And so when they go to court and you take a policeman to court for killing some unarmed citizen, they find some legal reason as to why they were completely justified in doing so. And the only way for us to get around that is to actually put ourselves in position to change those laws. And so this type of competition, a debate competition, is the kind of thing that helps to prepare young men with the skills that they need to be able to win the debates about the things that are important, like the Voting Rights Act, like qualified immunity for policemen. All of those things do indeed need to be changed for the benefit of the United States, and particularly the benefit of the African American community. So we're putting these young men in position to have those types of skills. And we're also working on having in the immediate place, the position that we're in now during this pandemic, to have a constant blanket of mentorship around the young men that are involved in our program, so that they don't start feeling that kind of depression and disconnection that a lot of teenagers are feeling now, not being able to go to high school, not being able to see their friends, not being able to socialize. There's a lot of kids that are starting to feel cut off from society, and it's affecting their mental health. And we want to make sure that the kids that are in our mentorship are constantly being engaged by something that allows them to never feel disconnected from society and from life itself, that they know there's someone out here who cares about them, who's going to hold them accountable, who is constantly creating new situations for them to engage and to keep them awake and aware until we can all get vaccinated and life can get back to itself. So that's it for right now. I want to thank you guys, whoever has tuned in here. And at 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific time, tune back into Kappa League TV and see these amazing young men do their thing.